What is up, YouTube? The name is Chris and I am an action figure collector. I love collecting these things. I've got so many of them now, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel because it just sounds like a lot of fun and I want to start reviewing these guys. So, for my first video review, I am going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends 12-inch series Thor. And I stumbled across this guy at my local Toys R Us, which was a big surprise because I usually don't find anything at my local Toys R Us, but today I was lucky. So here he is, and first thing we're gonna do is take a look at the packaging. So pretty standard packaging for the 12-inch line. We have the whole glossy rainbow box with the figure displayed in the front and Thor's name on the side. On the left side of the box we have an image of Thor with his scruffy beard and helmet, and honestly, every time I see this image I keep thinking he's at a bar about to say "Another." On the back side of the box we have more images of the figure in different poses, with the helmet, without the helmet, and it shows us that we can clip Mjolnir to his belt, which I think is a pretty cool feature, so I like that. On the right side of the box we have a clean shaven Thor with no helmet, and he looks like Madonna to me. I don't know why, but yeah. So, that was a look at the box. Now we're going to take a look at the accessories and then a look at the figure. Alright, so Thor does come with a few accessories. He comes with 2 pairs of hands. One pair is a pair of fists, which every superhero figure should come with. The other pair is just for holding his hammer, and he actually comes with 2 hammers. So one is kind of translucent, and it's for when he's summoning lightning or swinging his hammer with electricity. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to be using this too much because in all the comics I've read and the movies I've seen, Thor's hammer does not turn translucent when he's summoning lightning. So I think I'm just going to put this back in the box. However, his other hammer I absolutely love. It's fully painted, and honestly, I love the paint job they did with this. It looks gorgeous. It looks heavy too. This looks like if you were to drop it on your foot, it would really hurt. But everything here, like the paint job on this, not only that, the pommel too, everything looks so real. I absolutely love it. He comes with 2 heads. One is bearded and gritting his teeth. The other is just a neutral face and clean shaven. And I really like what they did here. It's really clever. You'll notice he comes with 2 pieces of hair. And you're probably wondering, why is this all smooth here? And the reason for that is this is meant to wear the helmet. So you would just have the helmet on top, and you can actually do whichever face in here. So if you want a classic looking Thor in here, just put the head in there. And just put the helmet right on top. So I think that's really cool that you can do that with whichever head, and it's a really nice way of giving you different display options. So I think that's really neat. Alright, so that was looking at the accessories. Now we're just going to get on and look at the figure itself. Oh, there we go. Here he is, the mighty Thor. And honestly, I think he looks awesome. He's got an amazing paint job. No shadowing, but it still looks really great. And one thing I absolutely love about this figure is his cape. I thought they were going to give him just a plastic cape just like his 6-inch counterpart, but no, they gave him a cloth cape, and it is super nice. I absolutely love it. So that's really nice. And I also love that it actually drags onto the floor a bit. I think that's really cool. Anyway, I'll give you guys a closer look of Thor, and then we'll take a look at his articulation. Alright, I am very, very happy with the paintwork and sculpt of this figure. I think it's super awesome. The paintwork is really great. My favorite parts are the metal areas, and I mean, look at that. It even has battle damage. That's so great. I love that. It's a kind of battle damage Thor, that his armor has some scratches on it. But I just love how textured it looks. It's so great. And the sculpt, I think this is how Thor's supposed to look. He's supposed to be a big bulgy guy, you know, with inhuman muscles and all that. Even his back, if we just flip the cape over, even his back, I would be petrified standing near this guy. Good God. Even if he is a good guy. Anyway, now on to the articulation, and there is a flaw with the head articulation, which I'll point out later in the video. So for the big, bulky figure that he is, he's actually got some pretty good articulation. His arm rotates 360 degrees, goes up and down. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and his fists go in and out. However, if you give him the hands to hold the hammer, they actually go up and down. And that's for when he's holding the hammer up in the air and summoning lightning. So that's really cool that they did that. He has an ab crunch, which goes pretty alright for a Thor figure. You know, I don't expect him to be having a crazy ab crunch like Spider-Man, so I think that's pretty good. He goes pretty far back, so if you want him awkwardly gazing at the stars or something, there's that. He has a waist swivel, which actually does rotate 360 degrees, and his legs go pretty good far out. Pretty good to do a "This is Sparta" kick, and doesn't go back at all. That's one thing I'm disappointed about. So you can't get him in, say, like a running pose or something. But then again, he's Thor. He flies. It's okay. He has a leg swivel and a double jointed knee. And he also has what I call a boot swivel. So there's his boot swivel. He has hinges at his feet, which allow him to point. And then one of the most important articulation points, he has ankle pivot. So a really well articulated Thor figure. Very happy with that. Now, I know what you're thinking. I left out the head articulation. How could I do that? But I actually did that on purpose because I wanted to show you guys something about this piece of hair. That's a big bummer. So he can look left pretty well. He can look right pretty well. And he can look down a pretty good amount. However, he can look up. The only issue with this piece of hair in particular is that when he looks up, you get this awkward gap here near the ear, and it just looks really weird. You can't fix that, so that's a really huge bummer. However, if you use the other piece of hair with the helmet, then Thor can look up just fine. And the reason why is because his hair does still get pushed back. As you can see, the ears do start going in. The only thing is that the helmet actually covers that, so you don't get that awkward space. So I recommend that if you want him looking up, definitely do the helmet, and that just looks so much better. It doesn't look awkward, so you can have Thor looking up, so that's great. Alright, and for size comparison, we have Thor next to his fellow Avenger Captain America, part of the same toy line, and we have him next to his Marvel Select counterpart. And it wasn't until like 5 minutes ago that I noticed that this is actually the same costume, so that's really cool. Get that out of there. And to replace him, here is Thor next to the Marvel Legends 12-inch Spider-Man, who's pretty much the same size as Deadpool. And as you can see, Thor is taller than both these guys, and that's really comic book accurate, so I'm really happy about that. Very, very satisfied with the height of this figure. I'd say without his helmet, he's about 12.3 inches tall. Alright, in the future I am going to get the 14-inch Marvel Legends Hulk, so I can't wait to compare him with this Thor because those guys are having a movie together pretty soon, so really looking forward to that movie. Anyway, if you guys like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos in the future, so I'll see you later. Overall, super happy with the paintwork and the sculpt, so